Let us work on the Svadishtana Chakra. Now we are going to work on the spleen chakra, spleen center. Svadishtana, just below the Manipuraga, above the Mooladhara, it is there. Exactly 2 inches below the navel, just 2-3 inches above the Mooladhara. This chakra is situated. Swadishtana means where your being is established. Swa means self. Adhishtana means established. This is the region where your being, yourself is established. How to prove? What is the proof? She was asking me. Is it the sex center? No. It's a life center. It is the place where your energy is installed, where your being is installed.
Some books give it like that, so I was curious.
If you want to get confused in your life, read books on these chakras.
Actually, in your own book, probably there is something mixed up.
No, actually that page is not by me. Somehow when we gave for printing, that guy added.
That's probably there is some mixed up in this page, in this book. That's my problem.
That guy, when he thought that, when he saw the chakras, he thought, let me add my message. That is why we have not reprinted that book, that old edition. Anyhow, how to prove this life center? In Zen, samurais, have you heard of samurais? Zen fighters in Zen Buddhism, sumo warriors. When they are defeated, they commit suicide actually. If they are defeated, the way in which they commit suicide is a very unique way. They take a small needle and just insert it on the Svadishtana, that's all. If you exactly insert it on the spot Svadishtana, your life leaves you without pain, just by a small needle. Of course, I won't teach you, that is true. This proves that your life energy is centered in Svadishtana. It is called Arakriya. Just by a small needle, without having any pain, you can leave the body. This is the center for death. Here, the self is established. Your being is established. How this chakra gets locked and how it can be opened. By fear, this chakra gets locked. If you know how to face the fear, if you enter into the fear, this chakra gets opened. This is the master key. Let us understand the fear stroke, then we will understand fear. Because as on now we cannot understand really what is fear. It is too much complicated subject. Let us understand fear stroke. It's a new term maybe for newcomers. Have you heard of this word fear stroke? Kamala?
Fear stroke.
For example, if you are, yes.
Like, is it when you're not sure about something, and like the hairs on the back of your neck and
Yes, exactly. I told you, you have some special intuition. Nice. Exactly she defined.
I could be a...
Let me explain. If you are walking in the night time in your house garden, suddenly you see a coiled rope. What happens?
You think it's a snake.
And the moment you think it's a snake, totally you are shocked. Your hair stands and sometimes one or two, if it is too much, one or two happens. A serious shock. Why she's laughing a late? I think she missed the joke. It took a little time for her to catch the joke.
think it's hard to understand the 1 and 2 for a Western question.
Oh, in West there is no 1 and 2 idea? Now I cannot give definition for that. It takes too long time to give definition. Alright, all Westerners are requested to ask the Eastern guys about 1 and 2. After the class, please take private tuition. What is meant by the word 1? What is meant by the word 2? If they ask for some Guru Dakshina, give and take. It's a very important lesson. Anyhow, the moment, for one moment, you are shaken totally. Whole being is shaken. It's almost like a shock. That shock only I call it as a fear stroke. Of course, next moment you come back. You understand, no, it is not a snake, it's a rope which you yourself throw today morning. You understand everything. Then you get settled, that is different. I am speaking about the experience, the shock. That shock only is called as a fear stroke. There are so many instances. Start mentioning some more. Let us give time for the newcomers.
You think you lost your keys or your wallet?
Yes. The moment you search and you don't find, that moment you get the fear stroke. And especially in the McDonald's after eating. Here also the same system? They pay after eating or before eating? Oh, okay. In India they pay after eating. Then, any other example?
Swamiji, when you have a crazy cab driver to the airport, you're like, my God, when I reach the airport, happening.
That is not fear stroke, fear itself. Then?
When I start to fall asleep driving and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're going off the road or something.
Yes,
All of a
yes.
sudden.
Sleeping on the wheels.
Yeah.
That is not a fear stroke for you, for others. That's fear stroke for others.
When you see the cop coming behind you.
Cop. Cop is the right reason for fear stroke in America.
Yeah.
When you fall asleep late in the afternoon and you look at the clock and it says 8 o'clock and you don't know if it's morning or night, you don't know.
Yes. You don't know whether it's a morning or night, right? And one thing all of you have forgotten, you get the fear stroke in dreams also.
Yeah.
Not only in the daytime, in the dreams also you get fear stroke. Any fear stroke in the dream?
Also, Swamiji, in your dreams, like you see the presence of somebody being there, and you are like in a state, you're seeing yourself that you are half awake, half asleep,
Yes.
and you want to scream or say, and you
Can't,
nothing comes out.
Yes.
You know, you are just
That's also a fear stroke.
immobilized.
Yes. Actually, it's a shifting of consciousness. It's like shifting the gear. Shifting of consciousness. It will be stuck. In you will be entering into Svadishtana, but you will not be able to possess the whole body. Just you are off. That is the space you are talking. Now if you want to delay any process, hurry up. If you want to delay any work, hurry up. Because when you hurry up, you will not commit small mistakes. You will be so careful not to commit small mistakes. You will do big blunders. Because your conscience will become dull. Na? So any more instances about the fear stroke?
Have you
Yeah.
had any fears?
A diagnosis given by a doctor.
Yes. Yes. She is asking a right nice question. Have you had any fear stroke? Before enlightenment I had. I was staying in Omkareshwar, Madhya Pradesh, central India. It was the evening, maybe around 7 o'clock. It's a deep forest, 30 kilometers away from the nearest village. Nearest village also don't have electricity. To get roti, you have to go to the nearest village, 30 kilometers away. Once in a week I used to go and get 5 rotis, that is the food for whole week. So I was staying in a sort of a cave, a beautiful cave. I was sitting on the rock actually, on the rock I was sitting and just enjoying the evening breeze. It's a beautiful life. I don't have to take ASP. I don't have to heal from morning till evening. And I was just enjoying the evening breeze. Suddenly I saw one elderly man, black, tall elderly man, black short elderly man walking towards me. I know for sure that next 30 kilometers there is no village surrounding. And why this guy has come in this time here? Whether he missed the way or not? What happened to him? Let me at least go and invite him, let him come and stay in the cave. Tomorrow morning he can find his way. I just jumped down from my rock. I was sitting some 5-6 feet height rock. I jumped down and went near him. When I went just 4 or 5 feet near him only, I discovered it's a bear. Walking with 2 legs. I had a total fear stroke. And not only that, I thought I will give him dinner, but I decided that I am going to be dinner. I just stood. Somehow I don't know why I did not shout or move out. I had a fear stroke, that much I am sure. It's not that I did not have fear, because at that time I was not enlightened. It is not that I did not have fear. I had a fear stroke, but I did not move anything. Just I was standing and gazing at him. I just looked at his eyes. I don't know what has happened. He looked at my eyes, just turned this way and that way, put his hands down and walked away, went away.
He was not hungry.
He did not even...
He was not hungry.
No, bear don't eat. Bear don't eat. Maybe my looking into his eyes has frightened him or not, I don't know. Why, I don't know. And he just put his hands down and went away. That's one incident I had fear stroke. And then something Achi was doing. No. That's one incident I had fear stroke.
Swamiji, just out of curiosity, let's say you're in a situation where now some terrorists come and attack, or what would your reaction be? Because you are now enlightened. Sorry.
No. As far as now my experience goes, fear stroke never happens. And there are so many instances, people who live around me, if you ask them, they will tell you. In Oklahoma?
Fire is
Oh, suddenly a small fire accident happened. Everybody started shouting and moving here and there, jumping. Except doing an intelligent thing, they started doing everything else. And they poured water on the fire, that, nothing. It was just spreading.
Call fire brigade.
Calling fire, everything was happening. I was the only guy who was very cool, just took the 1 mug of water and poured just outside the fire, so that it will not spread. Very cool way, things I went done. Finally, whole thing is got settled. Except me, everybody was rolling on the ground. And nobody did even a single intelligent thing. Whenever you get the fear stroke, you lose your logic. So as on now, after enlightenment, I never even have had a single fear stroke. It is not that I am not facing incidents. There are so many instances. A big cobra was just 1 or 2 feet in front of me in the ashram. Cheetah, facing the cheetah. And so many instances I can say. I did not have fear stroke after the enlightenment. Maybe even today when the lift stopped, I started laughing. Aye, nice, we can stay here, let us relay the class. Anyhow, now I don't get the fear stroke. As on now, but I do not know what is the thing. But according to the scripture, enlightened man never gets the fear stroke. Then, any other question?
How about when you get bad news?
Nothing affects him.
No, not you. Fear stroke.
Of course, that's a fear stroke. Even if I get the bad news, I immediately decide what is the way to do the next thing, not the fear stroke.
Isn't fear a good thing though in many cases? For example, if the mother is, it's kind of a natural response, and the mother is fearful of protecting her children. She's afraid, that
But when the fear stroke happens, you lose your intelligence, you don't work properly, your whole efficiency is not expressed. You actually only mess up the whole thing.